Okay. Good evening, everyone, and it's a great pleasure to be here. My name is Wannapong from Ramkhamhaeng University. Today, I'm going to talk about one of the largest unconditional cash transfer ever implemented in the country. We call it the State Welfare Card Program. Okay, so Thailand back in 2017 began implementation of a new social welfare program in October 2017. Normally, in the country, we know this as the card for the poor because the purpose of this program is to give the money directly to the poor. It is considered the largest non-contributory cash transfer program in the country and covering about 15 million people in the country, about 20% of the total population. And for the budget, it is over 1 billion per year, and now it's continued from 2017 until presently. The table that you see in the table, it is about the criteria and the benefits that give to the card holder. So mainly you have three kind of benefits. The first one is monthly living allowance. For the card holder with an annual income less than about 30,000 baht per year, this is equivalent to about 1,000 USD, you will get 300 baht per month. And for those who have an income between 30,000 to 100,000 baht per year, you get a little bit less, 200 baht per month. This is about 8 to 9% of the daily wages. You also get the cooking gas purchase subsidy and also the public transport for each month that allow people to move across the country. So, however, since this program implemented in October 2017, but we see something surprising after 1 year of the program, that is an increase in poverty. Between 2017 to 2018, the poverty rate in Thailand increased from 7.87% to 9.85%. This is considered the fourth increase in poverty in Thailand since 1988. Between 2017 and 2018, we have an economic growth about 3 to 4%, and there is no military coup or there is no crisis or anything else. Everything is went smooth. But we saw an increase in poverty, and this is the motivation is this is the sort of my motivation. I want to know why, even though everything looks okay during the time, and also there was an implementation of the largest cash transfer, why we see an increase in poverty that month during the time. So the purpose of this paper is to examine the impact of the Thailand's state welfare card program, and I focus on 4 variables, including total expenditure, consumption expenditure, non-consumption expenditure, and the last one is food expenditure. I'm going to skip these 2 slides. Basically, it's the way I see the social welfare program. For the case of Thailand, during the past few decades, the country has been very successful in reducing the poverty, thanks mainly to rapid and sustained economic growth through the export industrialization. We can create jobs in manufacturing, and that's why I saw this thing as the main channel that can reduce poverty. However, undeniably, we cannot eradicate the poverty, and the government at the time having an idea about the cash transfer and use it for the first time in 2017. This is maybe quite different from any other country, for example, Brazil or Indonesia, that you have seen the cash transfer program for decades. For the way I used to study this program, I use the sharp regression discontinuity design with a single cutoff estimate the intent to treat effects. And the cutoff here is based on the annual income, which is the criteria of the cardholder, the welfare cardholder. And to make it consistent with the welfare state card program criteria, only labor income is considered. So just for the basic RD design, to the right of the cutoff, an individual that has an annual income that is higher than the threshold, we call this the control, and the one who is in the left of the cutoff, we call it treatment. For the data, I rely on the 2019 socio-economic survey. It is a nationally representative household survey conducted by the National Statistical Office. And then the final sample size is about 15,000 households. And this survey provides useful information on income, expenditure, jobs, and location, and everything else. Here is the result. We have, as we focus on four outcome: total expenditure, consumption expenditure, non-consumption expenditure, and also food expenditure. According to this graph, the RD plot, we don't see any impact on the program. The way we see this is that there's no pronounced jump around the cutoff. The cutoff is, you can look at the horizontal line, it is the annual income. And those who has an income less than 100,000 baht per year will get the program, but we don't see this graph. Here is the table that shows you about the effect of the state welfare card on consumption expenditure and any other expenditure. The state welfare card program has no significant impact on total expenditure, consumption expenditure, and food expenditure. However, we see an impact on non-consumption expenditure. The non-consumption expenditure among the state welfare card holder is about 13.5% higher than that for those who did not receive the card. 13.5% is look high, but when you compare to the level of the consumption, especially among the poor, it is not that big about the impact. I also perform the fuzzy RDD. Why? Because actually, when looking at the data, those who has an income less than 100,000 baht per year, some of them do not really get the state welfare card. And the survey actually asks whether or not you get the card. So I use this information to construct an instrumental variable, and I can perform the fuzzy RDD to test whether to test the impact of the program. The result from fuzzy RDD, it turned out that none of the treatment effect estimates are significant different from zero. So what does it mean? It means that there's no difference between those who get the card and those who did not really get the card. Another way that we can do is to look at the impact of the card on cash and also in-kind expenditure. Because when people get a card, you have two choices. The first one is that you can withdraw the money and use it in what you want. But another way is that you can use the card to the registered shop. For example, you get a card and then you go to the registered shop and you can exchange some, you can get some shampoo, some rice, something like that. So when I distinguish the expenditure by cash and by in-kind, it turned out that there is a significant impact on the consumption expenditure. The size of the impact is small, however, 0.07. When receiving the welfare card, the card holder seemed to use the card to buy the consumption good at the specified or registered shop and allocate and spend their own cash another items such as insurance, premium, money, material to other outside the household. So the next question is why it does not work, or why we do not get the consistent result when, for example, when we move from the RDD to another kind of test. I think one of the reasons is that there is a high problem, the issue of inclusion and exclusion error. Here is a table from the 2019 data. It turned out that out of about 2,000 people who receive the state welfare card, more than half have an annual income greater than 100. These people should not get the card because in order to get the program, you have to have an annual income less than 100 or 100,000 baht. But it turned out that more than half of the people who actually not poor get the card. At the same time, about 76% of those who have an annual income less than the criteria are not reached by the state welfare card, or they do not get the welfare intent to give it to the poor. For that, I also do the data tabulation for the poverty profile among the single person household. About 90% of the welfare card holder are actually not poor, as measured by the national poverty line, and 70% of the poor do not receive the card. In other words, less than 1/5 of the total beneficiary are poor. So go to the conclusion. So this paper so far examined the causal impact on the Thailand's state welfare card by using the 2019 socio-economic survey. Surprisingly, this scheme has no intended impact on consumption expenditure, food expenditure, and so on. So given the large evidence on the poverty reducing impact of the cash transfer program, I think the new effect here deserves attention, and more research is needed why there is no significant difference between those who get a card and those who do not really get a card. Yep. Thank you very much.